Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Well, let's end up the final part, of part 3 of my DVD Blu-ray update collection. Today on Airplanes Multimedia Reviews. Welcome back. Alrighty then, let's start off with the one movie that a lot of you guys will just talk about, and well, I have seen it so many times on television, and I just basically never got a chance to really pick it up on Blu-ray or even on DVD because I just kind of didn't really understand about this movie. When I was watching it, I think, yeah, it's okay. It's pretty well good, kind of action-packed with basically a little bit of boob action and all that stuff with basically a bunch of drunken guys and basically women just basically flash their tits. You don't see that much action originally based in this movie, but it just kind of like a little bit of didn't really kind of understand the main version of watching it, but I thought it was interesting, and I do recommend probably getting it. I wasn't planning on getting this originally. Here's a story about this because I was basically trying to get this. I was not planning on really getting this movie on Blu-ray or on DVD. I was basically planning on getting more DVDs and just more Blu-rays, which I prefer, but I enjoy and actually really like to have in my collection. But when I saw this version for under $8 at Baitlock, and I just kind of thinking, you know what? Well, I'll get it, but I wouldn't recommend to try to version to say it's pretty bad or anything. It just basically just don't understand it. But I'm of course talking about Row House, starring Patchum Simpson, if I pronounce it. Yeah, Patrick. I'll call him Patrick. Yeah, very awesome, good movie. Nice, good centered edition for the collection. This is a DVD. There is a DVD disc inside, so you're not gonna miss that much. So there's no point Richard base about it. But it's pretty well good Richard transfer Richard for anybody who is a big fan of the Roadhouse movie. I know you guys out there love this movie so damn much, and I just never see that version for people who watch it. So I checked it out, and actually was finding it pretty interesting to watch, and really, really good. Really well, good. Recommend to get it. And on the back, we got nice certificate features on the Blu-ray um, disc. You get the probably same um, movie version of the Blu-ray edition, so you're not missing that much. So if we open it up, we got both discs. So you got the Blu-ray version and you got the DVD version. So not too bad, or should I say, not too shabby. So let's put that there. So like this. There you go. Okay, and moving right on. I was very surprised Richard to actually pick this up because um, really this is a pretty well awesome good transfer, and I was very surprised. I want to pick this up on DVD and actually really just really have it for Richard for a collection because I love this Richard movie because it does evolve where we as it does evolve with death, Richard, meaning face of death. But here's the thing about this movie, because this movie is very casual, very conservative of we as black men. We just can't not control our behavior or what we say or what we do or what we kind of like do any irrational bullshit stuff that makes it seem like it's actually just how can I don't know how to basically put the words in. I don't know how to put it in words, but we as black we just cannot control our mental behavior. I am of course talking about the Menace to the Society, the director's cut version on Blu-ray. Yes, this is actually one of the movies I enjoy watching as probably as a child because when I was basically got involved watching radar films, it wasn't really to the time with horror. It was basically watching very extreme version movies that characters can relate to other characters, not just because they cuss a lot or basically have a lot with swearing or basically having so many people having sex with, but it's just pretty much a very good sort of film. Now, I know people who have never seen this film before. Now, for me, I enjoy it. I think it's pretty well graphically, very well entertaining film because you get to see the characters going emotional, uh, uh, emotional caption scenes, and they just basically just go far beyond Russia because the main character is this guy right here. I can't really pronounce the character versus name, but the main character, he just basically just go on to take over the hood, and he just basically go and gossip and beat up and try to causing shit to the so-called friends, and he end up just winds up getting himself shot at by a drive-by foe, by a drive-by, and just like really capturing. There's two things we cannot escape really in our lives: taxes and death. I mean, death is always just a near state of fall for us as we as human beings. We can't not even control ourselves, Richard. You know, if we control our minds and our really just eyes to think what we're thinking and what we're seeing, it just really does hard to really to run. You know, but this is actually a pretty well designed movie because the directors, the Hanger brothers, who actually really want to make a film that involves with basically because in the 90s, the the uh, the ghetto side of we as black and as blacks as black men as black people, we just have these emotionals to that we can't even think of anything. Now, the reason why I'm saying this, if you look at my previous Friday review video, you know we as black men, we just probably can act ridiculous and naturally be a little bit more violent. But that's what we as human beings nature, we just have that emotion because we were basically in slavery. Because in this film, you get to see the background of the early times when blacks and whites did not climb along together because they were basically was not really clamoring with each other. So it's pretty wise that this film it's actually really a history, not only just basically as a gangster movie, but also a murder. It's also a history. It's also a history film to explain us as we as blacks, we just have the nurture of basically can talk a lot of shit to one another. We can basically have a nice kind of shoes or cars we try to kicking in, and it's like you get the feeling that we as blacks we just don't have um, no second thoughts. And I don't know, I this movie is really just one of those kind of films I enjoy watching. And I know people are thinking, well, Aaron, why do you think that this movie is so good? Why do you think it's so much better than you think that when you did the front? Well, for some reason, it has a little history moment in this movie. So if you basically watch it a little bit times, you could probably understand it. So definitely recommend the Richard game this. So this is the Menace side. This is the Menace 2 Assigning, the director's cut. You got a nice originally poster archer with the characters and everything. Yeah, because originally the main character is basically focused on here is this guy because I really found very considerable of this character because he just basically just wants that power and that fame and that really conquer of others. I mean, he's basically conquering of others, but he's also tormenting himself by other characters. So it's pretty wise. You see the main character just basically get very good shot at Russia very suddenly. So yeah, that's definitely worth Russia something you've never seen before. So on the back we got a nice good certificate features. On the features we have commentary by the Hank brothers, Cosom Lozman and Ryan Williams, producer Damon Scott, and screenwriter Tyler Williams. We also got a new version, the Gated version of the Making the Menace to a Sighting in high def. Yeah, that's their way from I guess New Line Home Entertainment to do that originally. I guess it's kind of weird, but anyway, we got the Hank Brothers interview and we got the theatrical trailer. So pretty well interesting features. Let's see if I give you guys a nice good close up. There you go. And then we open up. We got just an eco packaging with the disc art. I don't know why they make these equal packaging. I just think it's so stupid. So we put that there virtually, and actually it's along with basically Row House. And then we have two DVD shows that never really got the lights of the day, which they been basically been producing. I guess because for some reason it's just like they just canceled it for some reason and it's now it probably be good. But this show, I actually found this pretty interesting. I was at Big Log recently. I was at Big Log and I was very surprised when I saw these sets. Excuse me. When I saw these sets for ten or $5, I was very surprised we should have seen this show because this was basically the creators who did the Law and Order series. I am really really interested in want to pick it up, and I was really wanted to basically have it. And it does have that Law and Order feel to it, but it's more different than the Law and Order series. I am, of course, talking about Confession, the complete series. Yes, this is the complete series. You get all 13 episodes in the one basically set. Now, what I find really interesting that one of the cast members are featured in this movie, and I was very surprised that hopefully with the time versus and it's pretty well interesting to see this film, to see the show be get a little bit of ratings. But it was running for 13 episodes, so to my knowledge, it wasn't pretty much getting that much rating at all. So, but you have very good stuff with cast. Like, for instance, you got Stephanie March, who did the Law and Order SVU series, and also you get Dick Wolf, who also did another Law and Order series. You get to see him pretty much in this show. So, to my knowledge, I believe at the time and it's pretty well interesting to see this film, to see the show be get a little bit of ratings. But it was running for 13 episodes, so to my knowledge, it wasn't pretty much getting that much rating at all. So, but you have very good stuff with cast. Like, for instance, you got Stephanie March, who did the Law and Order SVU series, and also you get Dick Wolf, who also did another Law and Order series. You get to see him pretty much in this show. So, to my knowledge, this was pretty well a good written show by the creators, and they want to really try to bring some of the cast. And also, you basically got rid of some other great future casters that you've probably seen in certain shows or movies. For instance, Eric Vanderfluence, if I pronounce that. Um, excuse me 1 second. Usually I was just talking to my mother just a bit just about my nephews and everything, about we try to spend time together just very soon to the holiday, but that's another story. Anyway, let's move on. What I was saying, oh yes, Convention. Now I was very surprised with some of the cast which they be in the show. Now, like I said before, it's maybe not really the greatest show, but it's pretty well some good written series because you got really some of the cast which are in Law and Order series, and I thought it was really great versus to see the Richard the cast would play the characters in this show. So to my knowledge, I think it was recommended to try to really to get in it, and I don't know. People think that it's a bad show. I thought it was really well written, because it's not like it's not like a long horror show where you see the detectives or basically the lawyers going to a crime scene. You do get to see a little bit of a crime scene of basically in some episodes of the show. But in Law and Order, it was very kind of like going to a location to actually find the proper trace of clues of the murders leading to the concept of evidence and everything. But here, this is actually more as a loner show. It's more as a kind of like a what I want to say, more as kind of like the sit down lawyer kind of field uh, show because you get to see the lawyers character. You get to see the characters go into these emotional depths in each other when they're trying to be the best lawyer they can be and try to commit these crimes that the contemplative, what I want to say, the plaintiff who basically committed with a crime or anything or which or didn't even think about doing something that drastic with uh, the defendant. So to my knowledge, this is actually a pretty well written show. So if you really want to see something that, if you really want to see something that is actually really less drama and less cop feeling, pick up Convention, the complete series. This is definitely worth I recommend for any Law and Order fan who watch the series and actually really get a chance of this show. So I do recommend for all you Law and Order fans to give it a chance. Give it a chance of watching it. So because anyone could probably connect to basically for characters who have emotional downs, emotional, heartbreaking moments. It just really just captures a good feel to it. So basically, we got a nice, good Colosseum box set. Nice, really good Colosseum. It's like it really feel like Colosseum stuff. And on the back, you got the same thing, Colosseum again, and it is starring with Dick Wolf and Stephanie March from all the Law and Order movies. You probably can't see, but you see a little of her namesake right there. If I can focus, yeah, right there. You see Stephanie March and Dick Wolf right towards right here. Yeah, you probably can see it. There you go. And then it's featured with basically this 7 character profiles. Nothing really that much. So anyway, so we open up and excuse me, the phone is ringing. So on the back, it got the 7 characters profiles. Nothing that serious. And we open up. We have the cast as well, virtually. Listen with all the episodes with all 3 discs. Same thing as again. Nice good glossium texture of the box. The box itself is actually really just a cardboard version, nothing that serious. So put that there. There we go. And when we open it up, we got a brochure of TVs, DVDs available. Yeah, definitely we'll probably maybe pick these up maybe somehow. Nothing that serious. And we'll fix up the discs a bit. There we go. Spread out with 3 discs. And the show running was basically in March of 3rd, 2006 to May 19, 2006. So it was pretty well short on the series because for some reason, I actually pretty did not notice that these shows was basically was going to be canceled. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, if they're going to plan on doing something like this to actually really to make us a complete series, they should basically do it just basically for a first season. I actually found this show version more as kind of like a movie adaptation of Law and Order. That's my taking. I mean, that's just kind of my taking as a, as a TV show buff fan. I kind of see, certain shows, something like this, that don't have a good ratings, more as kind of like a movie rating booth for basically for trying to really if they continue up the story. And I guess for some reason, it just really just have no permission at all to be continuing. But well, good written show. I should brought up for the instance. So we'll put that there. There we go. And then finally, hopefully we end this really very, so I could do other things. I was very surprised that this was available originally at BitLove for $5. We have Surface, the complete series. Yes, this is actually the Steven Spielberg, well, almost the Steven Spielberg film orientation show. Now, the reason why this is actually pretty much not as a TV show, but more as kind of like a movie adaptation feel to it. And I have to say, it's pretty well kind of really good written show. I haven't seen all the episodes. I haven't watched the first pilot, and I'm just like, I don't know, I just haven't got a chance to watching it, but I will come go around and watch it and maybe do a review of the show. I will eventually do a review version for the show. Promise that. So basically, it's pretty well great written show, and I really found it pretty interesting. And I think that it's just great to see a show like something like this that really give fans out there who watch shows something like that don't really think it's about to be the best person to pick up. So anyway, we got good bits of a cast. Actually, we got Lake Bell, who featured probably some of those other kind of action movies and TV shows at the time. Yeah, but it's pretty well interesting. So basically, we have for the features we have deleted scenes and a sci-fi special features behind the scenes of looking at the first season, including with the interview casting. So yeah, not that much rich about the feature, but it's pretty well interesting. I haven't got a chance to watch them on the feature, so boo-hoo to me, but I will eventually come across again and watch them. I will eventually watch the new features of these sets and all the base of that. I did get a chance to watch the new featurette of the making of the Menace to Society, as well good written behind the scenes. So basically, we got a nice glossy cover, so shiny, just rides up like that. And you can see my camera you can see my webcam just have a light just like that. There you go. And on the back, we got really just info of the deleted scenes and picture casting. There's just basically, yeah, it's actually an underwater show of these characters finding going down deep underground the sea, and actually finding a mysterious creature down the bottom of the sea. So, not much to say about it. I haven't really got a chance to watch the entire episodes, but definitely will really try to get a chance of watching them. All basically to explain about it. But anyway, let's open that. There we go. I'll put this right here. There we go. Now we go inside. Basically, we got a nice, good glossy casing, along with basically spread out to 15 episodes for 4 discs. And then we open inside. We got an brochure of basically DVDs and a poster on the back of Eli, the TV show. Eli, if I could pronounce that right. Yeah, Eli. Pretty interesting. Never seen it, but I will maybe try to get a chance to watch it maybe, if it's still on the air. And then we spread out with basically for this. So not too bad. Not too bad at all. I tell you, like I said, this when I see something that I don't seen before or never really heard of it, I just kind of like would just show you guys off and just basically show you it because yeah. So finally, that ends up the DVD and Blu-ray update collection. Definitely we should put it in my DVD collection as well. Let's put these together along basically. So let me put these all together like that. Along with these, make sure they put them in the correct order. Like this, and get them like so, like that. And that's what all the collection I have originally, all lined up. Isn't that beautiful, folks? Yeah, it's really just awesome gifts, especially for me and some of my folks who originally just gave it to me an opportunity. But I originally buy my own stuff from my own, so yeah, that's definitely what it is. So, woo! Awesome, good collection for the movie and DVD for all my collections or whatever. So yeah, I don't know what else I can say about it, but actually just really surprised for just buy some good Blu-rays and DVDs, and I have to say, I really did awesome search. So yeah, I'm really happy for it. Looking forward to try to do some reviews of basically these sets and actually really explain about my theory about it and go from there. So that pretty much ends up meaning for now. There will pretty much be more videos later into the come until next year, because since 2012 is coming, yay! 2012. Yeah, 2011 was my year versus the time originally. I was just thinking, well, I'll try to do better versus on 2012, maybe hopefully time being. So yeah, definitely will over for 2012 to be in, because 2011 just downright just going downhill. I mean, I'm telling you, just really just not my year today. I mean, I did have pretty good some good times, but not some really awful times. Yeah. So that pretty much interviews me for now. Now, hopefully we'll do more videos of it. All right. So until next time, thank you for watching, and sayonara.